Gentlemen in the mix.
Was that good for you? I want you in me, baby. Be with you always. I want you in me, baby.
Oh, it feels so good.
I will always be with you. Always. Give it to me.
I don't know, sir.
Be with you always. House grooves. I miss you.
Bruh.
Fancy a good time. I'm all yours.
Hey, Tritas. Happy Monday to you. Hope you're having a good day, of course. As good as the stock market. Hopefully a little better than Bitcoin that it's pulled back. It was about 5% down. Yeah, it's recovered a little bit, but not much, the past 10 hours, not much more selling, but not much more buying either. So so what happened? You know, like assessing what occurred. Well, you would hit the profit taking level of the trade setup perfectly, right? Right, you hit that $61,321 perfectly. And then after you hit the profit taking level, I mean, that profit taking happened, you know, by market participants, and so you sold off, and you were near a 113% retrace. But also at the profit taking level, there was in fact some bearish divergence, very apparent, very real. That implied reversal of the downside. You got it. And we talked about yesterday at least a back test of 58K. That could not be held at all. And once you broke 58K, there was no real support until $55,000. Psychological support resistance, right? That's why it's plotted there. At the same time, if you regard that as a swing high, and we use our Fibonacci anchor points from the low to high, 38% retrace from this low here from late February. 38% retrace is a common, mild, moderate retrace, not a big deal. But if you're talking about a harmonic that can only happen after it's completed, after the bear shark pattern, which you're seeing visualized on the screen right here, 113% retrace, right, with a lower low on C than A, right? What'll happen is eventually, if you get a 50% retrace, that's what you call a potential bullish 5-0 pattern. All right, bullish 5-0. The pattern completion zone of that structure is at 52,438. I don't know why this isn't plotted, that trend line right there. But right around that area is where one could maybe reaccumulate or add to a long position if we ever got there. I mean, I would love for Bitcoin to just be so strong that we never even get a chance to go down. But you know that you understand that would be a back test of the neckline of the inverse head and shoulder structure, right? That was the trade. That was what we were trading. This momentum shifting structure. That would be like you'd be back testing it as support for the first time ever if you got down to that level. So, man, you're talking about it'd be so reasonable if Bitcoin found a way to get down there to just say, hey, market participants now have confirmation that 52K is a support, not a resistance anymore. So, not really an edge right now. I mean, you're kind of reaching if you say that's hidden bullish divergence. And we could run up and back test 58K or something before selling off to lower prices. But you got to understand, right? If you just hit a profit-taking level of a trade setup, we talked about yesterday, it was not a strategic area to be taken along. Because look what happens, Larry. You know, you sell off. So I think data. We need more data, and at least we got a good idea of where there might be an area that is somewhat lower risk for a long opportunity. Okay, and then down there it'd be a higher low than the previous lows anyway. So just be continuing on. Okay. But, you know, of course, I would just love it. You know, this was the bottom, and we never got to the 50% retrace. Because just think about, if it went a little bit higher than the 113% retrace, then maybe it can't dip low enough to get to that PCZ, the 50% retrace, the bullish 5-0 PCZ, right? So, I don't know, you don't even have confirmation. I mean, so if the bear shark, it could run up and double top. Right, what do you want from me when profit taking level got achieved literally 2 days ago? 2 days. So, more data. All right, Ethereum, what it do? Not really what you want to see. I mean, it's okay for now. It's holding on. But it, just like Bitcoin, had bearish divergence on the MACD, as we discussed yesterday for the weekly candle close stream. Well, that played out. Unfortunately, you're below resistance, right? Congestion area of 1837, 1872. You hit the pattern completion zone finally, technically, on this second attempt. But I'm thinking it's like one high and then the confirmation high. That's not really that great. But here's the thing. If the selling on Bitcoin stops and we start pivoting, there is a very real argument for hidden bullish divergence on the RSI and MACD on the 4-hour. So impending price action continuation could be implied here. But, you know, that continuation could be for the asset to run up to 1872 to make a lower high before dumping again. So bearish divers are not bullish patterns. And when you get One, you get a reaction high and then a reversal high, confirmation high. This normally just not bullish. So what we want to see is violation of this bearish pattern. Violation of the bearish pattern would be certainly Bitcoin or Ethereum pivoting here, making higher low and running to new highs of this rally. Okay, that would be violation of the bearish pattern. We want that because you get in very bullish conditions, you get violations of bearish patterns all the time. Okay, right, like the Nasdaq Composite, really bullish trend, showed that head and shoulders pattern, got completely violated, didn't it? Where it broke it, back tested it, then it just rallied, you know, because money printer go burr. Okay, so historically, March is not a good month for crypto. It's just not. What's up, Gavin Crowd, man? Stocks go what?
Stonks go down. Crypto go down. My tips go down. Sorry, Mitch Ray. My bank account is running on some budget cuts today.
Oh man, Gavin, dude, that's chat. You hear that? I mean, what do you want? What do you want, man? What can I do besides literally hand deliver you a trade setup that gives you the profit taking level at the area it reversed at, right? There's nothing more I can do, sir. I mean, right? I mean, that's better than what maybe someone else could be doing, but I get it, man. It's like profit was taken. One would still be holding this trade, right? Awaiting eventually the second target, which would be $67,000 and change. But it's like, does it really matter? Oh, okay, it sells off a little bit more and back tests that area of support, and then goes to the highest high, right? All-time highs again, or pivots here. I mean, not really our territory to be knowing exactly when the reversal is going to happen, but you're thinking eventually it would make a higher low than that low from March 5th and 6th. Okay, that's what we're really banking on this trade. All right. Let's go! Oh my God! Jeez, what a friggin' fake out, chat. You got us.
Lol, jokes aside, I'm Gavin Crown.
Wow, he got us, man. Bad. I was this close to not getting got, okay?
Gentlemen.
This close to not getting got, alright? I'll never believe you again if you say something like that, okay? My bad. Oh, I didn't play the whole,
Is that a joint?
Probably can't because stockholders, right?
I mean, it's legal, right?
It's totally legal.
Thank you, Gavin, man. Wow. $470 on the day. Session top Jesus like it was nothing. Alright, we can, well, one thing I want to go back to on Bitcoin is you just got to be careful here, alright? Because the argument's starting to stack a little bit stronger for bears. Just a little bit. Remember, bullish trend, right? But the daily now, it's getting almost impossible to, you can't ignore it. You literally can't ignore it. As you can see, a high, a sell-off, an attempted rally to a higher high, and you have lower levels of positive momentum. That is classic, Class A, bearish divergence, maturing, developing on MACD. And unfortunately, right now, until something changes, it's developing on the RSI, Relative Strength Index. So that's not what you want to see on a somewhat significant time scale. At least it's not the weekly, but it's there, man. I mean, you just can't. Let me pull up our favorite chart, the parabolic one. So we decibel checks, are we good? Decibel levels, we're right. Okay, so here it is. I mean, nothing. It's like, what are you worried about on the daily? The way it looks here, I mean, it looks fantastic. But it's just, again, you know, from just experience, right? From how many times we've seen bearish divergence in the daily play out, it's kind of scary until something changes, man. Got to be a little concerned about it. Let's continue on. Look at that, you know. I mean, this just, it's very real. But hopefully, you know, what we've seen happen in the past, all right? Let's go to it. We've seen there being bearish divergence in uptrends before, right? So back here, there was really, really strong, I mean, undeniable, amazing bearish divergence, May of 2019. Well, it was really like, my God, I mean, like April 2019 RSI was showing it, then again in June, May. Look at that, you know, really clear, apparent, evident, whatever. Look at that. So in your bullish conditions, your bearish divergence that would make you get obliterated in bear markets, vastly underperformed for our prices. Okay. Same types of situations going back to yesteryear. We're talking about like the 2017 bull cycle where we had a high, you had the higher high, you had the bearish divergence on the daily that developed, and then bam. But guess what happened? You just ended up making a higher low than the previous low, and you went all the way to almost $20,000. So you get what I'm saying? It's there. It can be respected, regarded, but it does historically underperform on this asset. All right, but if the market conditions change, all right, if we get into bearish territory, oh boy, you can talk about types of bearish divergence, how powerful that it is in bearish conditions. That right there, that's really clear. That's bearish divergence, right? Look how far you sold off. There was more, right? I mean, there was definitely more. I mean, you could have argued in ways that this was a form of divergence. This was divergence for the reversal. So, and then, you know, the bullish divergence was really good too in the end, multiple times. I mean, oh my God, 2018 was, hey, want to learn about divergence? Just go chart divergence on the 2018 chart, and you'll learn. You'll become learned. All right. So, anyway, that's what's going on with Bitcoin on the daily. I had to go back to that to just point it out, so you're not like blindsided by if we do sell off more. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened. All right, but historically it doesn't perform very well. It just ends up making higher lows and then goes again. All right. Okay, so now we're done with Bitcoin. Okay. So something kind of funny happened. I can't believe it. I mean, like, but it did happen. So if you know the Hodge twins, right? Keith and Kevin Hodge. Well, they have like a crypto channel called Crypto Twins. And today way earlier today, they subbed to my channel, and I found it's real too. It's not like a joke account, a fake one, because like I have the YouTube logs that shows me like the actual person, the actual channel that subbed to me. I can click on it and it takes me to their channel, their crypto channel. So we got the Hodge twins might be lurking out there. They're not saying anything, but I don't know.
And then, just like that,
Bitcoin going to zero.
You're out there, man. We're both men. Thanks for the sub, and love your work. And man, a collab would be amazing. All right. But I don't know, they haven't produced any content on that channel in like 3 months or something plus, so I don't know if they're active or, you know, if someone else manages that account for them. I have no idea. So, yeah. Alright, let's move on. Let us move on to Litecoin. That, oh my God, you want to talk about TA being respected so amazingly? I mean, you can't make this up. How long was this sitting here on this chart every time we looked at it? What's up, Dow Jones? 605. Thank you.
Too rich for my blood, GC, but sending good vibes. Jack Z Moss Mitch.
Gavin Crown's too rich for your blood, you say it, Lucas? Thanks for the 422. Is this some sort of joke? If you miss 420, fret not, because it's about to be 422 or something. God, that's coming up too in like a month, a little over a month. Man, St. Patrick's Day is in 2 days. I think we are going to release a limited edition NFT for St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna see how that goes, and we're gonna start, I think, producing like yearly seasonal NFTs that are collector's items, right? So if you want to do that, you can, right? We'll have an NFT, it'll be up for St. Patrick's Day, and then after St. Patrick's Day, it's gone. We burn it. We burn all the coins, and you can't buy them anymore. So, and then it'll just be like a collection. We're like, hey, I have all the NFTs of like 4th of July NFT, Halloween 2021 NFT, right? And they'll be different every year. I think we're just trying that out and see how it goes and stuff, all right? I don't know if people would even want that or care.
Hey, I love you, do you love me? Also, hi Levi.
What's up, Benjamin, for the 5? I don't know, man. These are some serious questions to be asking me on our first date, all right? Benjamin, be careful. Don't ever ask a girl that on the first date, okay? Don't bully you on a date. Thank you for the 5. So what happened to the PCZ, or the PRZ, Scott Carney would call it, the price reversal zone? The price reversed and then went down 14% roughly. Now here's the thing, like on this one there wasn't much of a bearish argument on the oscillators. There was no bearish divergence like there was on Ethereum and Bitcoin. But I mean, it just kind of makes sense, right? Bitcoin hits a profit taking level, and then at the same time Litecoin's hitting a profit. I mean, the pattern completion zone, the bearish cipher, that could be definitely an indication that maybe it might reverse. Especially Bitcoin was showing bearish divergence. It's not like Litecoin's, it was like behind Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it caught up. And now they're all back in sync together in ways, right? So there's no. I mean, there could be a hidden bullish divergence that develops if you start pivoting, but you're not. You're not pivoting it, not really. And then someone's gonna be like, "Oh, it's a bullish hammer, man." I mean, maybe could just be an indecision scrub candle. So I think you're okay above 195, but if you break below 195, you're going right down to 179 again, and it's like, oh no, we suck again. Litecoin sucks again, Charlie Lee.
For SNDL?
What's up, Ethan, man?
Is that a joint?
If you're gonna request assets, please read the description below. Thanks so much, dude. Okay. So I don't know, man. I think we got a bearish shark. The 113% bearish shark on Bitcoin. We got the bearish cipher on Ethereum. We got the bearish cipher on Litecoin. Gross. Really, really gross. But it's like weird because some altcoins like VeChain, like it hit the freaking PCZ of the bearish crab pattern, and it doesn't matter. It like broke through it. But this is what can happen. You can overshoot it, and this still can be a zone of a reversal up here. So there's nothing implying a reversal right now, but what if Bitcoin keeps selling off? I mean, maybe this could recouple. This thing's up 17% today. Insane. But it was just kind of like, remember, this was plotted well before this whole wave up happened. So, I mean, it's just like, yeah, this is like kind of what we were thinking could occur on this asset. What's up, Gavin, dude?
Hi, can you analyze GME on the 1 minute and 15 minute THS?
Wow. What a specific request, Gavin, man. I mean, I guess we can, if you're so inclined. Oh boy, here we go. Yep, so I talked to Stream Elements today,
Hey,
finally.
I love you, do you love me?
This is the bug that's
Also,
happening
hi,
right
Levi.
now. They are aware of the problem, and they are working on fixing it. They're going to keep me updated.
Hype for the Hodge twins. Can we check BAT?
We can. We can check BAT. Yes. So yeah, 7.6 cents was the target anyway, and you went to 8 cents, 8.3 cents. So I think that's pretty good. But you're in no man's land. You're in price discovery. It's out of here. It's out of the world. It's out of this world, man.
I'm calling it. The top is in. Y'all gonna learn Chinese. 0.024000000 LTC.
All right, kills for a living. He's calling the top. He's calling the top on the daily bearish divergence. All right.
Fidelity pressure washing will keep your biggest asset clean.
Thank you, Fidelity Pressure Washing, for the $5 super chat.
What up? Can you check out Dash when you have a chance?
Yeah, it was looking good, and then it like crapped out because of Bitcoin, and is trying to hold on, but it will only hold on if Bitcoin holds on. It's screwed if Bitcoin wants to go down to a 50% retrace and see 52K to back test the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders pattern, the Dash and all the other alts are gonna take on some substantial losses, and they could probably all break some critical supports. Most of them anyway. Okay. So this is an area where you think a reversal could have happened. You know, maybe it overshoots a little bit, but just gotta understand, be cognizant of this. Like, oh yeah, or it could just keep going to moon and be insane. Sure. All right. So what do we have to do? We have to look at Bitcoin on the 1 second chart. And I lost the Elon emoji ball because of this stupid bug. Sorry, Gavin, man. It's my favorite emoji ball. What do you say? Bitcoin on the what? It's not showing up. Oh, the 1 minute and 15 minute. Okay, this is something I haven't done like a very long time, I guess, right?
What up? Can you check out Dash when you
15 minute Bitcoin chart. Okay, this is satirical. There's a disclaimer. I'm saying it right now. This is for memes, for jokes. We don't go to the 15 minute ever here, okay?
Can we check that?
Gosh dang it. It's doing it like immediately. It's bugging out like within seconds now of itself. What the? Their bug is there. So what am I doing on the 15 minute chart? It looks like a bear flag. Okay, it looks like crappy, maybe bearish consolidation or something. So look, it just painted a lower high than the previous high before it, and then that's not good. That's more bearish. So okay, that's it. That's your 15 minute Bitcoin analysis. All right, am I really gonna chart here? Trend lines. Okay, look, it's like a little triangle, but at the same time you could just plot the channel too. Watch, and it's like, oh god. Oh god, that's a bear flag. That's a nice bear flag, dude.
Noise!
Hey Mitch, could you take a look at BNB? Thanks.
Oh wait, I'm supposed to look at GME first. Wait, he had 2 requests. Oh, GME on the 15 minutes. Sorry, dude, not Bitcoin. Wow, this was. Forgive me. That's okay. That didn't happen. Let's rewind the stream. That you didn't see what I just did. Okay, ever. Alright, GME on the 15 minute chart, because request, extremely oversold, most oversold. You've been on the 15 minute chart since literally.
Hey Mitch, could you take a look at BNB? Thanks.
Dude, you just said that. See what I'm saying, how broken it is? It's doing it. It's the worst it's ever been now. Like, the problem keeps getting worse. Alright, this is the most oversold you've been on the 15 minutes since February 9th. Oh my god, GME's rigged, obliterated. Holding the 200. The 200 moving average on the 15 minute chart. First time since February 24th. Wow. Looks like a big dump, and then you attempted a rally and it failed, and now you're selling off again. So you think that on the 5th, it would be like you're looking for a support resistance. It could probably go down to 183.91 to 159.73 again. That's what's possible. Okay. I don't. If we were gonna, I mean, dude, I'm doing this because, right, you requested it. It's very tough here, alright? Maybe we got ourselves some sort of bullish cipher. A bullish cipher nearing its pattern completion zone. I know it's ugly looking, but this is what Tilray's looked like too before it went insane off of it. This is a 15 minutes, a joke, dude. And then he said, look at the 1 minute too, I think. Here's the 1 minute chart. I'm unironically doing. I don't know, dude. Like a 1 minute butterfly. A 1 minute crab pattern. Wow. Wow.
That boy is good.
Good and terrible.
Thank you, Gavin. We did it, man. All right. GM me on the 15 minute and the 1 minute. Boom. Roasted. All right, Bat is next. Back to the 4 hour and beyond. Whew. Bat's hanging on. 75 cents. You hold that. Everything's going to be okay. It looks like you're trying to show some bullish divergence, convergence. It's either hidden divergence or classic divergence. You take your pick. Because anyone could argue that it's a double bottom. Someone could argue that it's a higher low because the World Trader settled up. So it's either bullish divergence or it's hidden bullish divergence. The arguments are both implying upside. I don't know how you do it if Bitcoin sells off more. But if Bitcoin doesn't dump and just goes sideways for long enough, that does have a chance to rally to C87.9, 88 cents again. Yeah. So you got that going for you, which is nice. It's all as well. 2 targets of the 3 targets of the trade setup hit. And waiting on 108. May get there, may not, but that's the last target. All right, go Bat. Performing very well, extremely well, in light of the selling pressure that came in on Bitcoin in the past, 18, 20 hours. All right. I mean, not much structure besides this holding an ice line from history, and it's showing a little bit of seller exhaustion at that ice line above it, which is always good. That's great. But you know what it is. It's all about Bitcoin. Bitcoin runs the show. So it could look great, but the best laid plans of mice and men can often go awry if Bitcoin goes awry. You get it? Okay, we have new patrons. What's up, Grant F, man? Let's go.
Bruh.
Yeah, dude, we can look at it.
When you get a chance, can you look at Spev? Just trying to work on my exact identification.
We'll do it, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Big shout out to Grant F. $100 super chat right there. So, alright, new patrons. Mikhail B. Paul N. Christy S. Thomas D. Dan M. Mark N. Thank you all for joining the Patreon. Really appreciate it. But Mikhail B. Especially nice shout out, or mega shout out, because he joined the annual Patreon. Thank you, Mikhail.
Is that a join?
Boom. All right. Please be sure to sync with the Patreon on the Discord, all y'all that joined. You got to be in the Discord. You're gonna miss all the pings, all the alerts and stuff. But I can't believe it didn't do it. It's like, you gotta listen to me right now. I'm telling you to do it, and you'll be fine. You're in the Discord. You get all that value, all those tendies. Okay. So Bat, what do you? Dude, Bat's kind of like.
You worry too much. Everything is beautiful. There's nothing to worry about.
So that's Bat. Dash was next. Dash was, and then it's like, it was, right? I mean, yeah. So it's like the argument, maybe there's classic bullish divergence developing. Just kidding, because Bitcoin moves a little bit to the downside and just negative Momo builds, and then it could just keep going and going and going until all of a sudden it's not bullish divergence anymore. So it's just really in these times when Bitcoin's not showing much of an edge, it's really tough here. Really tough. I mean, if you're above 211, you're good. You're great if you're above 211. That's an ice line from history, man. That's an ice line from locally, too. Look, February 15th. Trader settled up at that point. You had February 23rd. I mean, you stay above that all as well, but you're kind of like double topping right here locally, aren't you? God, dude, I'm telling you, it's so obnoxious. It just... Thanks, Stream Elements. Please fix this as soon as possible, because now your app is unusable. Alright, so that's it, man. Like, there's an argument that maybe it could rally here, it could continue up, but not if Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes to 52K, you could bet your bottom dollar this thing's probably going down to 190 to 176. And then, you know what could happen? Maybe not. Maybe not. X, A, B, C, D. You get the same situation you've gotten on a lot of other coins in the past. That's too perfect of a double top to be like an X, A, B, C, D. But it could be an unconventional X, A, B, C, D eventually. But yeah. Downside's coming and Bitcoin's going to go to 52K for sure. And that's the same on most of these coins, alright? I'm really struggling here. Really having trouble, right? Where Bitcoin just hit all-time highs. And then, okay, a lot of these altcoins on the rally were pathetic. This is it's a very pathetic attempt. Right? Think about it. Okay, so the macro, which is Bitcoin, like did all this stuff, and then instead of crapping out and farting around for all this time, it does this. Right? And this is Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin's price, the blue line. And then this is Dash. Pathetic. It's trash. Like compared to Bitcoin. So yeah, it's I mean, and it's weird though, because it's like so many were look promising, and then a lot of them aren't doing crap, and then a few of them are actually playing out, and then a few are just gone, just absolutely insane, right? So really mixed feelings on this. It's making higher lows than the previous low, but it might not be for much longer if Bitcoin sells off. Okay, sorry, man. Failure to launch. That's happened. You said GME, Gavin. Okay. See, that thing got screwed because of the whole Stream Elements thing. I'll replay that one, okay? There you go.
Gavin Crown tipped $25. I said GME.
Dang, Gavin, man. Alright. So, Binance Coin was next. Well, I mean, it's below 265, a local high. There's nothing really up here but this. This is all you have. There's no history looking left because you're in price discovery. So it attempted to rally and made a lower high than the previous high. So, you know, Bitcoin starts selling off. This thing's probably going down too. And there's a long way to go down. I mean, it could eventually reach back to 204 if Bitcoin sells off, right? That's it. Do I see anything right now that sticks out? Especially not like there's no bullish divergence or anything. Right, you got a low. I mean, you got a slightly lower low, and you got kind of lower levels of negative momentum, but you want that separation histogram island. It's just, it doesn't look that great. I mean, it looked amazing, and it rallied off that, but now at this point, it's like, is this strategic long area? I don't know about that. Hey, what's up, Jake Jorgansky, man? Thanks for the $50 super chat. Yeah. Jake's candles, man. Y'all's candles are good. What was I like the one that smells like laundry, okay? Fresh cotton. It's a really good candle. I mean, it's customcandlesllc.com. It's my buddy I kind of grew up with, went to high school with. Yeah, he's got a candle company. Alright, he sent me some candles, and they were good, man. So, yeah. Alright, so BNB doesn't particularly look amazing right now. I don't see anything that's like, oh, it's such a great area to go long. Oh my god, there's so much value, and there's so much divergence. It's so perfect. I don't see that on BNB, okay? You just sometimes don't. Xpeng Incorporated? Are you kidding me? Xpeng? You want to work on your harmonics, dude? How about this, dude? We've been here before. I have memory of this place. Well, I think it was because we saw the hammer there, so I'm like, maybe it rallies off that, but eventually 786 to come down here, and it didn't get the rally, but it certainly came down to the little drawing we had. All right, 786 1414 area. It's pretty nice, man. So you got yourself a nice little reaction low. A reaction low. But that's not good enough, man. Not really. The divergence was pretty decent, not on the RSI, you know. So I still think you're in that reaction territory, and so it goes up test 356 and then comes back down until we get a double bottom, right? So despite what happens on this asset, I'll tell you what we want to look for.
Jacob Woronsky super chat.
Sorry, it's a bug. It's a bug. They're fixing it. They're trying to fix it, I think. I don't know. So again, well, it may never happen, but this is what we always want to see. Okay. Eventually, this. Okay. That's best. All right, and then the oscillators. You just gotta think about it. All right, what'll happen?
Big Mike Caro tipped $25. What up, Mitch? Let's look at band used.
So Big Mike, thank you, dude, for the 25. Yep, we'll look at band. Thank you. All right, so again, this is not what is gonna happen. We have no idea what's gonna happen, but this is certainly what we look for and we covet as traders, so we can take longs, strategic entry longs. All right, just look what was once resistance way back August 27th, IPO or inception price, whatever. You know, you got a nice reaction, but we want the reversal. And you want daily bullish divergence on the second confirmation low. Because what can happen after that? That implies this. Okay? XPEV. This is for educational purposes because there's just not enough of an edge to be very, to have much conviction on this yet. So give me some more, give me what we need, and then we'll talk, alright? So, it's one to keep on your watch list and to monitor for when that eventually does happen, if it ever does. And if it doesn't, forget it, man. We are traders. We want confirmation. When you reverse the first time, it's just not confirmation. You just have no idea. So I think you'll probably see 37.56 to test what was once support as resistance before it was to sell off. And it could rally above that, just make a lower high than previous highs and sell off again. So I'm just, okay, become learned. It's like a lesson, it's like I'm trying to teach you. Not good enough with one valley. Bitcoin, 56,000 and falling. Right, no edge on Bitcoin at all. Right now, none. The edge was for bears. The edge is currently for bears on the daily. Right, the higher high, the lower levels positive, lower levels relative strength. That's implying downside, but we'll see how it underperforms or how well it performs. Dude, I don't know. This one's kind of like what the? Sorry. Let me give this a shot. Dude. Oh, excuse me. All right, let me go to the next one. Dude, we're having issues over here. What's going on, man? Can I just like have a set and not be bugged out? Alright, so in terms of band, really, I don't see anything that sticks out as necessarily that bullish right now. I mean, it could just be bear flagging. Here's band on the daily. And hey, guess what, dude? Guess what? This one didn't so much have a very good edge on the daily. I think it did on the 4 hour. But I'm just, we're talking about XABCD. We just went over the education, right? So this is kind of different situation. The scam wick happened, right? I mean, that's nuts, dude. But it hit the PCZ pretty much of this bullish bat pattern. And then it sold off one more time. And you pretty much got one valley on the scam wick, I know. But then you got another. So you got a confirmation low here. And ever since that, yeah, it took forever, but eventually all the targets were hit in time off of that major XABCD with a confirmation. The reaction low, the reversal low. Almost Adam and Eve-ish behavior. So now here we are. I mean, it's still making higher lows. I think it's all, the trend is fine until it falls below 776. But struggling to catch bids to rally very high. How can it rally very high with Bitcoin doing what it's doing right now? Okay. There was hidden bullish divergence too. You know. Right. Well, I mean, hidden bullish divergence, and that's pathetic. That's the impending price action continuation manifested into a common moderate scrub retrace for selling off again. So. Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, they all look kind of good. They all ended up looking like Bitcoin, and then they all crapped the bed. They couldn't perform. They didn't perform. Where Bitcoin went to its highest level of all time, look at these coins. None of them got, or most of them that looked similar to Bitcoin, didn't do anything like that. Like, failing to launch, fail, like many altcoins. So now it's just this extended thing. I mean, it's just continuing on. I mean, you're holding... Anything like particularly you're holding as support right now? Like this peak from February 2nd, lots of price action correlation, support, resistance, support. But again, like there's no real edge right now. I mean, you could say bullish divergence. How do you know? I mean, what happens if it bearishly engulfs right now and just keeps building negative momentum and it's so weak on the RSI? It's at 40. It's in bearish territory. It's right there. So much downside. So this breaks, you know, you could find yourself all the way down to this peak right here from January 10th around 11:15. That's probably where you'd be headed, which clearly you can see it's been there before. So distribution going on locally. Look where you have a high, you have a clear lower high, and then another lower high. Three, or just the consecutive lower highs, classic distribution, and so it could be getting ready to mark down again. Band. Can you be surprised? Right. If this was Bitcoin, Bitcoin's here. Bitcoin did that.
Quick question, are you going to be moving the normal stream time back an hour to mirror with a time change? Hashtag screw daylight savings.
I don't know. I should. I think I've done that before in the past, but I think I've also not done that in the past too, so I don't really know what worked better. I know it would screw a lot of people up that aren't in the US, North America, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, man, on that regard. So, thanks, Taco Tuesday. That's it. A lot of altcoins look like this.
Quick question, are you going to be moving the
Oh my
normal
god,
stream
dude, it's
time?
so dumb. So, what doesn't look like crap? Hex. Hex looks amazing, dude. It's up 15+%. But dude, if you're a patron, you pay attention to the alerts. I've been on stream too. This one said it looked good. Anything above 9.4 cents, you're probably going to 1.2 cents. You're on the way. Probably go there. You probably make it there, and then after that, 1.5 cents. After that, 1.9 cents. So major double bottom and a very, very bullish trend. Trend is so bullish, and now you're showing one valley, and then a big peak. And then a second valley that's technically higher than the first one, so it's like a slight amount of accumulation. And that's occurring, that confirmation low, that double bottom's occurring at a much higher level than the previous lows before it, So you're up, trending. Bulls are owning this chart right now. All right, so it does seem like there's still, this hasn't changed, has it? This has been the same analysis. It looked good, it looks better now because it's above 9.4 tenths of 1 cent. Great, see you at 1.2 cents eventually. And maybe much higher. Okay, that's Hex. H-bar was another one that looked amazing. You know that if you're a patron. If you watch the stream, it looked amazing, and it all started right here at like 12 cents. Back testing the old resistance as support. Inverse head and shoulder stuff, hidden bullish divergence a little later up here, and it's gone, man. Gone. Got as high as 45 cents. Did I say that? What did I say? 11 cents, and it goes to 45 cents. So off that signal, pretty much a market indicating signal, the right shoulder. Asset appreciated in value in less than 2 weeks. 286%. That's
we have to be
insane.
very careful. Bitcoin made higher high on daily 8 Jan, 21st of February, 13th of March, but the RSI made constantly lower highs. Not surprised to see 42k this week. MACD looks bearish too.
To add to your argument, as you can see, the rally. How high was this rally? This rally was Bitcoin appreciated in value 97% in value, right? When it started going again.
We have to be very careful. Bitcoin made
K-stream
higher high on
elements,
daily
K-stream elements, great. And this rally, only 44%. So the rally is weaker than the previous rally for now. But again, like,
Can we look at Mac Mesa Rich?
so be in. Thanks, man. We'll look at it, okay?
I appreciate what you do, Mitch. You said DOT looked good yesterday. What is your thoughts on DOT chart now? Thanks.
I mean, like, as long as it makes that higher low than previous low, I know what you're talking about. I saw it earlier, and it's yeah, it looks a little worse. But it's down like almost everything else. So yeah, when Bitcoin drops 5%, oh, it can affect assets negatively, even outperformers like DOT. So yeah, we'll look at it. So I don't know. You wouldn't be surprised to saw 42k.
I appreciate what you do, Mitch. You said DOT looked good yesterday.
Oh, turn off my freaking overlay. Unbelievable, dude. It's like you can't even use the application now. So I understand what you're saying. I mean, it doesn't look good. It's continued. The rule of three: one peak, a second peak, a third peak, and divergence everywhere. Yeah, it's the argument is bearish, not bullish, but the trend is parabolic on the bullish side. So hopefully it underperforms. Just make a higher low eventually, than higher low than 45k, and all will be well. At the same time, we just talked about the bullish 5-0. Maybe we can get down to what was it, 52k, and then bounce, and then go down double bottom at 52k, and then we get like bullish divergence at a bullish 5-0 PCZ. That would be insane, man. All right. Okay, next one. A lot of snacks on the stock market. Some scanning today. Yeah, this one reminds me of a Wall Street Bets one. This is great. This one's awesome, dude. MAC. I've been here before. We're above it, man. You're above 1320. Oh, that's all you need to know, man. If you're above 1320. Really good things could happen. Very, very good things could happen. Price action correlation, for the most part, yeah. I know it's not perfect. Look, you could even say that's a peak at 2036, but straight up, straight down, straight up. You know, chop around, straight up, straight down, straight up. So, I mean, like, yeah, you're in a zone, man, where it could go from $13.20 to $20 on MAC. Look how that resistance is now support. You're springing, you're back testing the springs. Oh yeah, man, looks ready for an attempted rally. Yeah, I mean, that you would think $20, around $20 would be the target here. Really easy. You want nothing to do with this asset if it makes a lower high than its previous local highs and below that critical ice line, right? So it's up 6% today. So kind of a tough day to go long, but or tomorrow or whatever. But like, you know, thinking about it, critical thinking, like having a stop just somewhere below those previous lows, right? And then the target would be just sitting on it, waiting until it got to like $20. Psychological resistance maybe, and slightly below the ice line.
Hope you're feeling better today.
And that's like 3.77 to 1 reward risk.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Mac actually looks pretty good. Yep. It was like, I think we were here, and it was like the waiting game. It was like, it was the if game. Like, if it can get above 1320 and hold, I like it. But if not, it might be time to sell off some more. But it's above it. It's back above it. And it's very easy to manage your risk at these levels. Okay, that's it. MAC. And second target, you could just do 2237 or so. Traders set up their highest point January 27th. Boom. 2 targets. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Daily looks amazing too. Daily hidden bullish divergence has just kind of begun to start playing out. And it also had its own hidden bullish divergence. So 4-hour and daily hidden bullish divergence. It's not bad, dude.
Hope you're feeling better today. Any thoughts on it? Thanks, man.
You'll see what I'm working with. How bad it is. It's terrible now. Hey, Mark R, thanks so much for joining the Patreon just now. Much love, dude. Please be sure to see what the Patreon Discord you got to. Get in the Discord. And if your name's green, that means you've done it right. Today, technically, a bullish engulfing candle was painted on MAC. Very, very bullish. When you spring and you backtest springs and you bullishly engulf, that's a form of break, cook, and go. Off of what? That ice line from June of last year. This is a buying signal. I mean, it really is a buying signal on MAC. Okay. Nice. Very, very nice request. Okay. Give me a sec. We got less than an hour till your daily candle close. I don't know how that goes because like I have to stream for 2 hours straight in order to get just to the candle close. I don't know how that's gonna play. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Oh, that's annoying. Kidding me? Alright. Move along, sir. Oh, we gotta look at dot. Well, that's next. Yeah, down 5%. It happens. Yeah, I mean, to me, it looked great on the daily. I loved the consecutive higher lows. As long as it makes a higher low than $32, I think it's going to be okay. But again, with the market skating like that, it's kind of rough, dude. And that lower high now is... That didn't exist. That now exists, the lower high. So it hasn't even touched that 200 moving average. Wow, on the 4 hour since December 28th. You know that's probably coming now. You're this close. Why are you not going to test that? So yeah, I think eventually, as long as it makes a higher low than the $31, $32 range, it'll catch its footing, pivot, and rally again to higher prices. Okay, so all right. Yeah, man, it's like it looked good, and it's just like doesn't really look good. Negative momos, just building again. That's what can happen, man. When something's developing, and then the macro craps out, it can definitely hurt your argument real fast. So annoying adjusting these all the time for visibility on different time scales. I hate it. We should just automatically do it. Okay. It's not dead yet. It's not over yet. Until it falls below $31, and then it's not this. This is like a potential idea of what could happen with wave analysis, like where you had the sell-off, then you rallied 78%, then you made a higher low. Well, we've seen the history of this own cycle. How many altcoins have made those deep retraces and then higher lows? Oh, they all go up. They all end up going to their gold mean ratio, their PCZs of these structures. They just like GRT, Ethereum, VeChain. A ton of them have been doing it. Theta, I believe, was doing something similar. So that's it. Oh, this didn't exist. So there, been here before. Oh, it's up 8.82% today. Nice. Well, it's breaking a major resistance point again. Good. Anything above $1 is insanely bullish on this asset. Yep. I mean, where you are now on the daily, you could see the gold mean ratio at 141. And if you ever broke, I mean, think about break $1, you go to $2. 2618 is 206. So $2 is pretty much the target if you can break through 140. But psychologically speaking, it's like, you know, if you're at 108, 125, 150, 175, $2. It's great. You know, it's, again, back tested. What was once resistance is now support. Those are really bullish, man. That's a great sign. You know how many times we've seen altcoins that have done that and they end up doing this stuff like it's not a joke. VIDT data link to Tether on KuCoin. Or there are other exchanges too. There's no bearish divergence at all. Not yet. So if you hold, if you break to all-time highs and then you back test the old all-time highs support and then you start rallying again, where else is it gonna go? All right? Price discovery. Okay, cool. Thanks for the 1,527 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, the like button, the bell, sub. Only 362 likes. I mean, I get it, dude. Bitcoin's not at all-time highs. Don't take it out on me, man. All right. Not my fault. Really intrigued here by another asset that's kind of a joke, but nevertheless, it's doing some really strong technical stuff. All right, Tron to the US dollar, right? Old resistance, ice line, support once on the 12th, and today again. So the second test locally, showing bullish divergence in the oscillators. You're rallying some, which is nice. But if this holds, the target eventually would be 5.6 cents, assuming there's enough demand, because it's Tron. So there may not be enough people that give a crap about this to buy it, to push it to those levels. But it's doing the right thing on the technical side of holding once and then confirming that that support is still support. That's bullish. That's a signal. Yup, bullish. But what if Bitcoin goes 52K? All bets are off. It's really tough, man. Okay, so that just this area, 4.8 cents is a big deal, man. And you're above it. You've confirmed you're above it, and the sellers are implying that they are exhausted at this level.
Noise!
Yo, Mitch brother. We get some TA on dollar on all TF, but looks like she wants a second leg here.
I mean, I can give it a shot. If mana gone nuts, I don't know why anyone would ever request mana. But we can look at it. I need more mana to the US dollar. I'm trying to remember what. This is it. Yeah, so it's like, you know, when you're tipping me and you want to look at mana and you see this chart, what it's done, it's just...
Hey man, looking good today. Could we please look at TLS on NZX? Cheers, mate.
Mr. Luke Berserker, thank you for the New Zealand dollars. Yes, we can do it, okay? So, I mean, straight line up. Very good. No divergence. Get wrecked. This one's saying, man. Like, it could be, oh, dude, bearish divergence developing so well in Bitcoin, and then what happens, like, tomorrow when it starts bamboozling and gets back above previous all-time highs, right? I mean, and then the positive momentum starts building again. The macro is just so bullish right now. Like, it's really bullish. I don't know. So to me, it looks like 3 days of impossibility of breaking this 120, 125 area 3 days in a row. But yeah, it's climbing again. If I go the 4 hour, I mean, I guess so, man. I guess I could just keep going. Sure, there's nothing implying it on the 4 hour. There's not enough data, right? It just mooned and just pulled back for a little while and starting to go again. About to engulf in 48 minutes. So what do you even do, man? Guess we could target this way. I guess high to low. All right, your target's above 121 all-time high is 129.9, $1.29. And then 140, $1.40. But I think at this point, I mean, if you break all-time highs, you're probably going to 125, 150, 175, $2. Stream elements is broken, dude. High to low, Fibonacci, outer Fibonacci, extension $1.71. Really tough here, man. All right, you're putting me in a rock and a hard place, even requesting this, because I'm like, not trying to give anyone like any kind of hope that, oh man, this is such a great long opportunity. It's value. It's a, you know, traditional technical analysis, perfect, dude. I mean, yeah, it could definitely keep going. It's a momentum-driven asset in a parabolic run right now, right? Very parabolic. I think we can start that parabolic line. Oh my God, it's freaking perfect. Look at that though. That should just tell you, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches, a billion really. But you could come down to like 85 cents and still be in a parabolic run. So. Yeah, this one's crazy, man. Isn't it funny that it pumped, what, the day after y'all put the NFT of me on Decentraland? Isn't that how it worked? Very good, man. Yep. I mean, you're going to have some of these outliers that just go nuts. All right. Mana's one of them. It's like Engine, you know, like Theta at times, like GRT at times. Like, it's just some of them, not all of them. A lot of them, most of them are like Dash, where they form the pattern that Bitcoin was forming and then they just don't ever perform. No one buys them. They don't buy those inverse head and shoulders. They only buy Bitcoin's inverse head and shoulders, and Bitcoin hits target, hits the freaking target. Ethereum didn't even hit its target of the inverse head and shoulders measured move. Not even Ethereum. Ethereum just went up to give you a kind of a higher high double top at the PCZ of a bearish cipher. Disgusting. It's like, really, man? I mean, don't let me, I mean, just because I'm telling you it's not a great area for us, for a swing trader to take along, doesn't mean it can't keep going up, because it's clearly going insane right now. It's parabolic, and nothing's out of the realm of possibility in the S-Coin market, man. Okay. Like OMG, for instance, just another, like, really, man? Or look, beautiful inverse head and shoulders looking stuff. It rallies and just not catching bids, really. It's just sideways in an uptrend, right? Like in a short-term uptrend after the dump. You would think at this point, anything above 448, it would eventually see 641, but the altcoin rallies aren't really that good. They're not like they were. They're not as good, right? I mean, God, remember these, like the harmonics and the dragon patterns? Look how really powerful they performed, and now, like, oh, inverse head and shoulders above a critical ice line from history. That's so important. The most important support resistance on this entire chart is 450, and you're well above it. You held it. That's like a trade setup, and it's just the target's up there, but you just going sideways. So patience. Patience is the only thing I can say. If it fails, it fails. That will be done.
Mitch, thanks for everything. Could you have a look at Uranium Aura? Thank.
Super likely. Please check the description below if you're requesting assets. Thanks so much.
Bro. Taking some more profit here as it's all depending on BTC, I guess.
Dude, look at this repeating message stuff. This is like, I'm gonna go get the papers. The papers. It's Stream Elements 2 times.
Noise!
Mitch, thanks for all your constant hard work and dedication. Let's check out ALRN, Aileron Therapeutics.
Okay.
Noise!
Mitch, thanks for all your
You see that?
hard work and dedication.
Thanks, double
Let
talk. Thank you. Good God. Dude, let me show you my my log. You see how stupid this is? Herder, I'm Stream Elements. Literally lost my freaking mind. Everything just doubles itself immediately now. That's what's the problem. Aileron. Oh, harmonic. Close-ish, maybe. Super illiquid at one point. I mean, you can look at it like kind of a range here, I guess. Big range, and it's kind of in the dead middle of the range. Look, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. You know, you got down here, where do you go? You eventually get back up to the top of the range. You sold off. You made a higher low than previous low, I guess, and now you're making another higher low. And you're probably requesting it because you're like, hey, I see an XABCD. Yeah, you could see an XABCD here, maybe, right? I mean, it's like this low, XA, B, C, and then D. But the 886 is the pattern completion zone of the structure. You never made it. You didn't get there, man. You were close-ish, but you didn't. So the PCZ was technically 109. You got as low as 119. So nice bounce, but that could be like a reaction at the 78% retrace. It goes, runs up, makes a lower high, ends up making hidden bearish divergence, which is almost a certainty once this thing starts, you know, pivoting, right? Like, that was your high, much lower high right now, with higher levels of positive momentum on lower prices. So that would imply a continuation of the downside eventually once this finishes up. And then what would happen, right? You'd think, okay, whatever, goes a little bit higher, and then sells off and eventually comes down to that PCZ. And then maybe you could say one bottom, a second bottom. And then you get the divergence on the RSI, and maybe even on the MACD again. All right, so you're just not quite there yet. You didn't. So it's like, it's great. I see why you maybe requested it, but it never hit the price reversal zone. It got close, and there was not really much of an edge. Maybe you could try to say it was diverging there. Okay, it diverged, and it's going to probably turn into a lower high and sell off again. And hopefully the PCZ of the pattern, and then TA is respected like crazy. All right. Yeah, Junglist. Yes, it has been happening to many other streamers. Yep. This whole double thing. Okay, cool. So, been live, hour and 20 minutes or so. If you're doing live stream, like button, below that sub, as Bitcoin is not really showing much of an edge right now. It's just not, man. It's it hit a 38% retrace. It hit $55,000 psychological support resistance, but has not caught many bids from there. And the selling may not be done, but at the same time, I'm saying the selling could be done too. But I'm even when I present a trade setup, right, like a long on Bitcoin. At the time of the trade setup, I don't know. Oh, this is PNT. Sorry. At the time of the entry, I don't know if this trade's going to play out or not. I don't know it's going to go up and play out, but I do know, based on history and experience and investing myself for so long, that it's a lower risk area and it's pretty easy to size up and manage that risk, right, at these levels. When you get up here and you just have that whole wave that made you, right, and then at that profit taking level it sells up, right, one would have taken half their profit, 33% of their profit, let 66 ride or 50% ride, and it sells off to 52K. One's still in the trade. Oh, whatever, man. Makes a higher low down there at that level. It's still not a big deal. And then it eventually rallies and hits that second target in time. Okay, or it doesn't ever. And then that's when you get into strategizing stop losses, setting a stop loss, moving it up to even price. If we get down to 48.8, you made profit on at least the first level, but say it failed and never got to the second. I mean, the trade setup from before that we had over here, it hit the first target, got halfway to the second target. Second target was like 60K, and that was it. And then like it failed, it was done after that. But it got one target, one of the three. This one's gotten one of two. This one didn't have three. If you had a third target, I'm serious, you're talking $82,000. That's your third target on Bitcoin. If it was going to pivot, make a higher low, and then run to the gold mean ratio, 82K third target. But okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's going to pivot and continue its rally here, or if it's going to sell off one more. It's going to go one more Fibonacci block, right? One more node, which would make plenty of sense because that's almost textbook 5-0 pattern, which is great. That's a great area. One could create another trade setup on it, right? One could reaccumulate on their position if we got down there. And thanks to the 1,550 people tuned in. Thanks to the 482 likes. Thank you for being here. I wish there was more I could tell you, but I mean, like, we were here literally yesterday talking about bearish divergence, where this, at least a backtest 58K can happen, and it broke that. And if you broke 58K, you're probably going to 55K. If you break 55K, you're going to 52K. It's all about the ifs at this current time.
3.6. Not great, not terrible.
Sukablaya, Learning, Collision God, Sorry, Albania, thank you much. Preventing Rogan. Thank you. Well, let's look at the S&P 500 that closed at all-time highs today. We haven't kind of went into that request early. Gavin came by and blessed us. So $4,000 obviously the target. I mean, that's psychological resistance above the 4,000 mark. I mean, we're talking legit. Hold on a sec here. What's on the Fibonacci? Fibonacci we would be doing would be from this high to low. So where's that 2618? If you break 4,000, 4,200 is the 2618, the major 2618. So I think in time that could definitely be where it's going. Your all-time highs, man. It was scary, wasn't it? It was real scary. And then the hidden bullish divergence developed on the daily. And then that was it. Another higher low, and you're doing it, man. You're going places. Look how this, right? Violation of your bearish pattern because the trend is too bullish. All right. Reading Scott Carney's second volume harmonic trading right now, and man, it's really cool to, if you want to go into a freaking veteran of like previous markets, like he goes into deep detail about his experience in the late 90s and early 2000s when the market turned bearish on him, and so like, you know, all these bullish patterns would develop like butterflies and stuff, and they would get violated real bad, and it was like they just kept getting violated, and it's like that's how you know how bad things are gonna get and how bad things are, right? The trend, when you just keep getting bullish patterns that show up, and but you think the trend's still bullish because it's been bullish for a decade, right? And so it's like you're trying to reverse everything, and it's like these harmonics are really good at helping, because when they underperform so vastly like that, that was what helped him shift his entire sentiment very early in those bear trends that lasted a while, a lot longer than freaking COVID crash last year. It wasn't even really a bear trend, it was just more like a crash and a V-shaped recovery. So definitely cool reading that, but that's happening on the other side, on the flip side. All these bearish patterns getting completely freaking violated. So like the IXIC, for instance, remember the head and shoulders pattern that was textbook, it was beautiful, it was to Jesus, man? Doesn't matter. Complete violation of this textbook bearish pattern. So that's how you know how effing bullish this trend is. When they just keep repeating like that. They show up and they get destroyed. They start playing out, they underperformed, right? These bearish patterns reveal themselves and they can play out. This one played out technically. It got about halfway to its measure move and then reversed, and that was it. That's how bullish is, right? What happens in bullish conditions? Bearish patterns underperform, right? And they oftentimes fail. So cool stuff, all right? Gotta love it though, man. You got to love the history. All right, let's go back. You know, I just want to see if I can identify something that he had identified. Is it the weekly though? Okay, we're looking at the S&P. He looked at all of them, but he was saying like the S&P was like the big one, man, that like showed everything. There was like a textbook bearish Gartley that ushered in the entire reversal. I'll need to go get this downstairs, but maybe next time I'll have it available like in front of me so I can reference it. But dang man, where was it? Maybe it was on the S&P or something. And it was like another one where it was like the correction or the big bear market had already been there, and it was just getting worse and worse. And
3.6, not great, not terrible.
Where like it was about to be a bullish Gartley, and then it dumped past the PCZ and then rallied back up to it and then failed again, and I was like, oh yeah, this is bad, it's gonna get worse. Man, why am I not able to identify these? I don't know. I saw it in his oh, was it here? It was like a bearish bat pattern. Yeah, the bearish bat. XA, that's how he did it. XA, B, C, and then D. Yep, look at that. Look what ushered in the entire reversal of the whole trend on the S&P 500 on the weekly and daily. It was really clear on the daily. 4 hour, you kind of had to look, but look at that. I mean, that's it. It was like the first time in like a really long time that the S&P was unable to recapture the previous high it had. Let me try to find it. I'm looking on the daily. Hold on. Where are we? Man, jeez. What the? Oh my god, dude. There was weekly bearish divergence too. So, and the rising wedge. Wow. So there was so much in hindsight. Forgive me, I'm trying to... Here we go. Dude, look at that, man. It's beautiful. I don't know that. Was it like a rising wedge? Rising wedge, too? Yeah, maybe it was just more like a channel. I don't know, man. Like, you could have maybe tried to claim it as a wedge there. Rising wedge or something. A double top, right? Confirmation high, chat. Come on. We're talking about that, right? Confirmation highs. It wasn't just the bearish bat. It was like, this is kind of a little bit what Ethereum's doing right now. It's not the bat. It's actually, I think a bat is not as strong as a cipher because the lower low. This is a higher low. So getting rid of that so keep it clean. Right? That's a one high, the second high. Well, look at that. Look at that bearish divergence on the daily to boot. So this is a tripping through time session, okay? So just relax, man. Bitcoin's gonna be okay for now. So a high, the higher high, then the bearish divergence on technically both also. This class C bearish divergence on the RSI, but that's it, man. It was all over. One of the worst bear markets in history. I mean, at the time, I think it was only second to 1929. So there you go. Fun stuff. Scott Carney. Shout out to Scott Carney, everyone. He's a harmonic trader on YouTube. You can go sub to him too. Just type in harmonic trader. So you saw what I showed on the S&P back in 2000, and then we look here and it's like, wow, dude, that's kind of like similar, right? Like a cipher, one peak, a second peak. But the good news is, like, there's still a chance. If Bitcoin doesn't dump here, hidden bullish divergence argument is very real on Ethereum, at least on the 4 hour. Look, the low, the slightly higher low with higher levels of negative momentum, lower levels of relative strength, implying continuation to the upside.
Hey bro, think you might have missed my request.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's go.
Noise!
Hey Mitch, could you have a look at uranium Ubra on the weekly?
We'll do it. We'll look at uranium.
Breakout.
Super light. Thank you, dude. Yep, we'll look at those two right now.
Noise!
Hey Mitch, could you have a look at uranium?
New Zealand. All right. Oh, well, the problem with this, dude, TLS on New Zealand Stock Exchange, 13,000 volume. 13,000. Untradeable. I mean, you're not going to get your orders filled. Your stop losses filled. Your... I don't know, man. Anyway, yep, so that makes it But let's say, for the sake of TA, where you're obviously your lowest risk area is 284. Alright, there's like a supply line there that you're not even close to. All-time lows? No? Ice line from history? It's going back. Okay, so... So at least you're above... Wow, that's good. If you're above 325 on this asset, that's great news, man. I mean, that could be really good stuff. I mean, you obviously don't want anything to do with the asset below that. That's the only reason why one will be going long here. But remember, this hypothetical, because it's like I'm pretending this has 1 million volume minimum, right? That's what we need to actually trade so we can get our orders filled properly, okay? Like, what if you enter this and then like it runs up to a target, like pumps hard, and you never get your order filled because it's not liquid enough? Well, you're gonna be pissed, and it's gonna be your fault because you can't trade something that has 13,000 volume. Efficiently. It's just not, it's elevated risk, right, in that situation. So same thing with the stop loss. Say it falls below 325 hard and there's not enough liquidity for your stop loss to fill, buy. You're going to get something called a running stop, where it falls below the price that you set your stop loss at, and it never triggers. And then it goes down to 284 and you're underwater, right? So you want liquid assets to trade because of these things I'm talking about. But if it had a million volume, this is incredible, because if you're above this low from 2010, okay, if you're above it, bullish. Very good stuff. You back test it, looks like you're trying to. All right, there's not much of an edge I see on the daily oscillators or anything right now. Agabus, thank you for the 20 super chat, man. Appreciate it. You would think the target would right there, 369 would be the target for sure, at least minimum, because then it's like you got the horizontal line resistance. Then you got this down sloping resistance upon you over there. I mean, that's kind of X marks the spot. I think you could break 369, 370 area. You could run up to probably 420 or 414. Okay, so that could be profit taking level 1, 369, and then 414 to 426, profit taking level 2. But again, that's all hypothetical, and for the sake of education, I do love it because if you go to the weekly, it's probably a mega potential double bottom, right? Go to the weekly. Yeah, there was bullish divergence at the ice line. See, that's the stuff you want. I mean, like when you're showing at an ice line weekly seller exhaustion, X marks the spot. That's the signal. But again, like the fact that on the weekly it's above 325 is super bullish. But good luck, because look at the 200. You recently, late February, hit the 200-week moving average for the first time since August of 2016. Good God. This is a terrible trend, but yes, it could be time. It could be like a double bottom, right? That's almost what the monthly looks like. Probably a. Oh my God! Look at your monthly. The monthly is so telling. Chat, look at this. You got your low, you got your slightly lower low, same low, and you got almost inexistent negative momentum, and it's just now building positive momentum again. This is the bullish. I mean, sorry, the monthly is extremely bullish on this chart. And low risk based on where the price is compared to where it's been. So, yeah, there could be upside potential on this, but I just fear for your orders getting filled. All right, the way you want. That's it. Monthly's incredible. How about that? Maybe we'll come back to this one day, and it's gone to moon. That'd be awesome. All right, there you go, dude. Look at uranium. I haven't looked at uranium in a long time. I'm sure it's probably rallied a lot just because of inflation, like every other commodity out there. Oh my God, I'm so surprised. Yeah, this thing's in a very, very bullish. Oh, it was looking amazing back in November. Yeah, I remember this one. Yep. This was like, man, God, when it got back above 1180, dude, that was it. That was the time. It was like inverse head and shoulder stuff too. But the ice line, when you sprung back above that zone, that was it. Look what it's done ever since it got back above it, man. That's the stuff we're looking for. You know, like 3M's one of those. KHC is one of those. There are many of those assets out there, and it broke today, or this week anyway. Uranium has made the highest level since in 6 years, dude. It's been 6 years since uranium's seen prices this high. Really, I mean, you know, you had the wick, February. What's up, Mike, dude? Holy crap.
Mike from San Diego tipped $49.95. Sumavex/USDT, are we gonna make it, man? 0.027650000 EDH.
Thank you, Mike. Probably not if Bitcoin dumps. Probably not. But if Bitcoin doesn't freak out, do anything violent, volatility, it could be fine. It could be okay. All right, so I'll tell you the target. Next target on uranium is 2220. You break 2220, you're probably going to $24. That's it. Those are the next levels. All right. Anything above 1818, 1936 is really bullish. Okay.
Noise!
But anything above 1180 was extremely bullish too. That's so crazy. I just reset it and it's still duplicating. What in the? Okay, so uranium, it's like there's the upside is still there, but because you're breaking out technically, but obviously there was a much lower risk entry. Okay, much lower. That's it. You know, this supply line, it was a really nice like downsloping channel that was really well respected, and it broke out and even back tested that old supply line as support the week of May 11th. Okay, so you get rid of that. You don't have to have that. It's just I could have just drawn a one trend line there too. It doesn't. But really, what's most important? Anything above 1130, 1180. So let just we're looking at it because it's wow, man. This is the stuff that dreams are made of. Finding assets like this at levels like this that had fallen below it but finally made it back up, and they get back above those ice lines from 5 years ago. Magic can happen. This uranium. Okay, yeah, that one.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
Where it's like really didn't look too bad. It didn't get, you know, it's still okay. AVAX to US dollar tether crypto. I mean, but you know, I like how it's making higher lows, kind of, and not locally. It's about the same low, but at least on the same low, it's making some pretty clear divergence, bullish divergence on the MACD histogram, but below the 200 moving average. And it has not yet broken $32 to $33, which is the zone. Like you break that, it's kingdom time, right? If you don't break that, you run the chance of eventually coming back down to $22, which no one wants, but you're just not going to help it if Bitcoin is going to correct on the divergence on the daily. Okay, so you break $33, you're off, you're going to have a great time. The trade's going to play out. If you can't, you just keep this crap up, and then Bitcoin starts dumping to 52K and stuff. This thing's no way AVAX is going to break out of the upside. It's going to go back down to 22 and could go lower if Bitcoin goes lower. All right, so nice stuff, but really struggling to launch here. Really struggling to catch bids. Failing to break the top of the range between $22 and $33. That's it. That's it, man. Okay, so it's been a good stream. I appreciate everyone coming out. Been live for 1 hour and 40 minutes. You got about 20 minutes until your, or 16 minutes till your daily candle close. But hey, you know, if I'm going live at the same time, I'm not changing anything on my side. Normally it's like 60 minutes into the stream is when the daily closes, but not with daylight savings time. It's 2 hours into my stream. So mysteries abound. Waiting for an edge on Bitcoin again, because we had an edge yesterday and it was bearish divergence. So, and now the daily is also kind of 100% definitely showing bearish divergence on both oscillators. So all right, thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Thanks to the new patrons who've joined, the annuals as well. And thanks for the crypto twins who subbed to the channel. It's definitely their channel. I don't know if someone manages it for them or whatever, but they definitely subbed, and I appreciate it if you're out there. So I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.
those turd nuggets?